Caves are everything when it comes to surviving on PvP servers in ARK, especially on ASTRAEOS LEMNOKIS. So today we're showcasing the top 3 best cave locations, complete with full base designs to help you lock down your territory and dominate the map. Let's get into it. Coming at number 3, this can be found at 16.2 latitude and 88.9 longitude, and then there it is on the map. Now this first one can be found right over here, pretty centralized. Just look for this little kind of like lake area and you should find the entrance. So anyways, this entrance is actually a little bit bigger than it looks. You can fit stuff like a stego and all that in here, but I do not think a rock column can fit. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it is still a pretty decent long hallway, which means we're going to have a lot of room for just extra turrets and just a lot of extra stuff. With the 100 turret limit being on here, it's just kind of an absolute pain to work with that. But anyways, here's the main base area. It's pretty flat, lots of room, but not as big as some of the others on this list. But let's get on to the full base design. Now here is the full base design. So I decided to not go ahead and build a just giant like ArcNet tower out front, specifically because it's on the water and people can just raft it. So instead I just spammed the absolute crap out of this entrance. It has 3 main turret walls, that first one, and then a ton of spam. This is majority tech turrets, as you only really need a couple heavies every, you know, like 3 to 4 tech turrets. But yeah, then here's your second wall. As you can see, it spams, and then here is a little bit of a gap here because of the 100 turret limit. It does kind of overlap a little bit too much, but then here's your third wall. Now the third wall is massive, and yes, this is 100 turrets right here. It doesn't look like it, but trust me, it definitely is. Now right over here, you have our little crop plot area as well as some beer canisters right there. And again, sorry for the camera angle, I don't really know what was going on there. But yeah, anyways, you got the cloning chamber sitting right there as well. And then this is more of your breeding and hatching area. So you have a teleporter, you got some cryo fridges, some regular fridges, and then some egg incubators as well. That's for all of your just breeding needs. You have a nice good amount of room to raise stuff as well as the bottom portion. You can also raise more dinos down there or use it as your main storage. Now here is your main area. This is your main crafting station. This is where you're gonna live. It's literally everything. You have a wall of refrigerators. You got your little aberration stuff right here, like the tinker desk, as well as your main cooking area there in the corner. Now over here you have a bit of a cryo floor. It's a little bit raised because of how this terrain is set. And then right here in the middle you got your replicators, fabricators, chem edges, a couple vaults, a couple deady storages, your 2 vaults right there, and then your 2 deady walls as well. Now I didn't want to sink these down. I wanted to kind of build a bit of a difference for once. But yeah, anyways, here's some more vaults over here. This is your main vault storage. You can build more. I didn't put too much for now, but it's totally up to you what you want to do. You have another teleporter, some more grinders, and then your indie forges, as well as a tech transmitter. But yeah, let's get on to the next one. This video is sponsored by Mitra 9. Mitra 9 is a kava and kratom seltzer company which provides an alternative to alcohol. These drinks give you a high but without the impairment. They have a ton of great flavors, my favorite being tropical. If you're looking for a new drink to replace your coffee in the morning, Mitra is the way to go. Simply go to mitra9.com and use my code Outcasts and you will get 25% off your entire order. Now, back to the video. Coming at number 2, this can be found at 9.9 latitude and 89.9 longitude, and then here it is on the map. Now this one can be found directly behind this waterfall right here, and I did see a lot of comments basically saying, oh well, it's got water on it, meaning that people can just raft raid, makes it super weak. Shockingly, no, it really doesn't. There is still a crazy amount of room in here, and you'll see that here in a minute whenever we get onto the full build. But for all of you guys thinking that this spot is not, super powerful, it's a lot more powerful than you think. But yeah, here's your first room. I don't think we're going to do too much with this first room other than just your main turrets, because, there's a back room, which I'll show you here in a second. I don't want to put everything in the front room. I just think it's going to be kind of a waste of space. I'd rather put everything farther back. Now in here, we're past that 100 turret limit, so we should be able to build another turret wall right there. And then you have 2 different ways to go, the left way and then the right way. Now, I'm not going to mess with the left way because it's just extra excess room that I just don't need. But yeah, so we're going to build on this portion of it, and I accidentally forgot to show that other room right there. But that's kind of like your main base room. I completely forgot to put it in the footage. I don't know why. And then yeah, here's your other room, which we're not going to be touching. And now here's the full base design. So as you can see with this entrance right here, I pushed the turret wall very, very far back, as well as there's actually 2 of them. Now I did have to utilize some cliff platforms to kind of get the snapping points to work properly, and it also works as a backup support beam, meaning that if the bottom portion tries to get taken down, this entire thing is being held up by these 3 cliff platforms as well. Now this has 100 turrets on it, and it's a double wall with some extra kind of little hanging areas in there. Yeah, it's a very overpowered wall in my honest opinion, as well as you just have a lot of spam to work with. Now coming in here into the second room, again, like I said, it didn't do anything with that first room, but you have a ton of turrets, lots of ground turrets, and then another pretty far setback turret wall. Now there's 100 turrets in here again, and this is set back about 20 foundations, which is the radius that you need to have for turrets to shoot. You really can't get any better than that. But yeah, here's your main base area right over here. Oh wait, sorry, my bad. This is the breeding area. We'll do that here in a second. This cave kind of just confuses me. But yeah, this is your hatching and breeding area. You have plenty of room. You shouldn't really need too much more, as you're going to have to just, put stuff in the cryos and all that. But yeah, here's your main area. Now I did want to build all three of these bases very, very differently, this one being for a bit of a smaller tribe. You have everything from a massive vault storage area, so some cages for your dung beetles, full crafting station, with all the goodies, a pretty big teleporter as well, and then a full cryo floor, massive cryo floor as well. Got your indie cookers, your refrigerators, chem benches, fabricators, and you got your 3 replicators as well as some extra vaults and a full deady floor as well. You also have your grinders over there, and then up top I went ahead and put the indie forges up there. It just made more sense. There's a lot more room up here, and you can have a teleporter so you can easily just teleport back and forth. And finally, coming at number 1, this can be found at 20.2 latitude and 69.3 longitude. Then there it is on the map. Now that this last location is the biggest spot on this map other than the water cave area, but I'm not going to mess with that one on this video. This one has a pretty crazy entrance. It is very, not very tiny, but it's pretty small. It can fit stuff like a stego, but that's about it. Now it has pretty long hallways as well. These hallways are laid out a little bit more awkward, but it does kind of compress over here, which you cannot fit a rock golem under, which is great. And then here's your main area. You have a pretty insane amount of room, and now on a video it doesn't look that big. You'll see what I mean here in a second when I mean that this cave is absolutely enormous. It feels like Ice Cave on the center, the North Ice, by the way. But yeah, you have everything in here that you'll ever need, including a full water breeding area, pretty massive as well. There's only one entrance. That top area is just a skylight. But yeah, here's your water area down here. But anyways, let's get on to the full base design. And now here is your full base design. So for a bit of a difference, I went ahead and built a massive, this isn't too massive, but a pretty decent sized full cage tower out front. Now this is 100 turrets. I built it kind of my way. I did a little bit different than what a lot of people do, but it still does have that hovering aspect in the middle. Now with the new ARK update, that did kind of break portions of it, so it doesn't function properly, but I tried my best. Now anyways, you have 2 teleporters. This first one, not teleporters, 2, oh my god, I can't think of it. What's the name of these things? Force fields. You have 2 force fields in here. This one being for the main entrance, and then this other one being for your second kind of little entrance thing. Now you have tons of turrets in here, as well as this absolutely massive turret wall. Now yes, I know a lot of you guys hate turret walls. This one's kind of just for looks and just to keep people out. It's like your last call little area, just in case that people are in your base. This is really going to stop people. It's the only way that I can really think of to truly defend this entrance here, because this entrance is so massive. Now here's your full base design. Now I built this insanely OCD friendly, so a lot of you guys are going to absolutely love this layout, and I left a lot of room for dino storage as well. Now let's start with this little water area down here. I built a little bridge, and then you have something else in here. This is a bit new that I'm trying. It's a turret raft. So you have your 100 turrets, and then you can build as many turret rafts as you want after that 100 turret limit, which is super awesome. Now you do have a massive forge area, a massive cryo floor, massive deady storage, including 4 replicators and a good amount of vaults. Now if that's not it, you also have a massive vault storage, very massive, tons of fabricators, and then a full cooking area, as well as a full chem bench area, some grinders, all your aberration stuff, the bio grinders, a greenhouse. You have your own personal rooms, some extra stuff over there for breeding. So yeah, pretty insane base. But anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to leave a like if you're new and hit the subscribe button, and thanks for watching.